Welcome. Here's Hans from Project Lights Out, and I have a very special guest today, Richard Lover. And yeah, I think I will give him the microphone right now so he can introduce himself, who he is, and then we can yeah, talk about what he's doing, etc., etc. So, Richard, morning, my friend, brother. You have the word.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, okay. I've spent 4 years now working as an energy healer, and yeah, basically been channeling information, channeling energies through my being, and then I touch people to give hands-on healing, and then from there I put people's energy. I actually connect with the soul, and I paint the energy onto them. So I developed this, yeah, a few years ago. I've now started to live my life through my heart and with the work that I'm doing. And I think what's interesting for me is that I used to work in an office. I used to work in an office doing a 9-to-5 job, very much in the system. And believing this was a way that I had to live my life. And then actually what's happened is I started to follow my spiritual journey. I started to connect with my with my higher self and my soul. And I started to realise that there is an alternative way of living life. And that you can find fulfillment and a lot more happiness, and you can even look younger by following your true path, and your spirit feels free. So basically, I chose to walk this path. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of belief and a lot of knowing, but it is certainly a path that I would encourage many others to follow. Especially now that we're in 2012 and we're at a new epoch in humanity. And so yeah, basically, just what I'm doing now is just living the life that so many of us have been talking about and watching videos about. And this is why I'm here with Hans, my brother in Mexico, to say that, now is the time to start living. We all know these things. Whenever we get tested by the universe, we think, oh damn, why didn't I say this and why didn't I do that? And that's becoming stronger and stronger now. We start to move into different dimensions, and we understand how the universe works. So yeah, that's why I'm now in Ibiza. I am living everything from my heart. I'm doing my healing work, but I'm also enjoying the process. And I've become very much aware that yeah, by living it now is for me to have a home where I can start to live a sustainable life, but at the same time I can invite people to my home to have feelings and to have experiences of what I'm doing. And that's why now I'm asking for the support of the people to be able to come to my home and to be able to experience what I'm doing in a one-to-one or one-to-two experience. It can feel what's happening, because it's a very transformative process. And there are many of us out there, many of us doing this thing, and we need to be in a position now where we understand that, well, not need, it's not about need, it's just understanding that the more we support each other, the more we can help everyone uplift and heal and get to a position in humanity. And by getting rid of this competition thing, where we're all trying to push each other down and fight over the next person, that's that old age. The more we support each other, the more we see the light in each other, the more we grow as humanity. And so that's why I'm just saying, okay, I put a fundraiser together to say that if you can donate funds, and in return for donating funds, you actually get different experiences, like the hands-on healing with the painting, the body painting, the different things in exchange for the donation that you're making. And they're all unique things for this fundraising campaign.
Yeah.
Last night I did a show at a location around the corner from here called Ciel Zoo,
Uh-huh.
and the show I was doing, I was working with a clothing designer called Stephanie, and her whole concept was about being free spirit. Loving yourself a much, and just allowing yourself to be free and be yourself, because at the moment, people who are in the system are frightened of being themselves. It's like, oh my God, what will people think? Will people think I'm crazy? People think I'm totally crazy, But I think we need crazy for the world to remember how insane the whole thing is.
Exactly.
I mean, happiness is such an easy thing to accomplish. Just when you let go of things. I mean, I've also been doing some tantra workshops this week as well. And Tantra is very much about just surrender and let the love flow.
Exactly. Love is the solution to everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much love pouring into the world at the moment, and it's all coming through us. It's just like, we've just got to okay, do you know what? I might say something really stupid, but who cares? I can say something stupid. I can laugh at myself. And the more we laugh at ourselves, the more we all start laughing. And the mirrors, we're all mirrors. And as soon as the mirrors all start laughing at themselves, and they laugh at each other. And I don't know, if you just have a day full of laughter, you just immediately it's just a release. You just feel so much better. And that's in a sense what I like to encourage through the HeART work that I'm doing is, let's not be bogged down in all the nitty-gritty details of who loves who and blah, 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 but just concentrate on the fact that the love is flowing, that we're surrendering to the love.
Exactly.
And that's where we can raise our consciousness to understand how love works, or the love is flowing, and that's, I think it's Einstein said, in order for humanity to start to evolve, we need to raise our level of consciousness. By raising our level of consciousness, then we can solve all of our solutions. And I think now, as I was saying, my vision for the next 10 years.
Yes, I want to know that.
2012 to 2022. This is the decade that made the difference. So this is the time when humanity stops. If we look at our hand and we look on the backside of the hand, for almost as long as we can remember, people have been looking at this part of the hand and saying, oh, it's their fault. It's the parents, it's the government, it's our friends, it's society, it's their fault. They're the ones to blame.
Yeah.
And when we point this finger and say, you're the one to blame, then there's three fingers pointing back at us. So now it's the time for humanity to, we've got this hand, and we turn around and we look at the inside of the hand. We say, actually, we're the ones to blame. We caused all this mess. And it's time for us to go inside ourselves, and start asking the questions, finding the solutions. Everything comes from within. And that's what we've got to do on a very personal level, and we've got to start taking that responsibility of things that we don't want to look at, horrible things. Ooh, God, wow, shit, I've got to go through all of that. That's the level all of humanity has to go through the next 10 years to make the difference.
Exactly.
So, and that's why I'm willing to open up my home for all the people on the planet who want to start, learning how do I do this? How do I make the shift? How do I look at all this stuff? And there are many of us, healers, light work, way showers. We're all out there, and we're all gearing up what's going to happen in the next 10 years, and we're all opening our hearts and saying, okay, we're here to help. But to get this process moving, we need your support as well. We need your financial support, because we've given up everything to get to know who we are, And with your financial support, we can set up the homes, we can set up the healing centers, and we can start, really helping you because we're helping us,
Mm-hmm.
And we've all got such big hearts that we're willing to do this. We're more than ready, and we've been through years of experience, opening our hearts, getting steps, opening our hearts, getting steps, opening our hearts. The reason that we have this immense experience and understanding and knowledge of how to take humanity forward, the next level. That's why we've been going through all of this. That's the big reason.
Yeah.
And I also realised that I have a number that's been following me. I was at school, Amesbury School in England. This number is 112. I then realised that when I moved to Europe, 112 is the emergency call number. So it's like, when you're in an emergency, you need help, call 112. And I was like, wow, that's funny. This is like my number.
Uh-huh.
Then to make things even more, like the signs were coming in more and more. Someone said to me that this year, everybody on the planet formed before 2000 is 112 cosmic years. How do we work this out? You take the year that you were born. So I was born in 1971. So the year is 71. The century is 1900. So the year is 71. This year I'm 41. Add them together, you get 112. So hence, you do that.
Something like a magic number here, 112.
Yeah.
I have to see what is my number.
Yeah. Well, when were you born?
I was born 20 of January 1965.
Okay, so take 65, and how old are you this year?
How old I am now?
Yeah.
47.
Oh, how old will you be this year?
This year I'm still 47.
This year you're 47. So 47 and what was it? 63?
65.
65 is, what's 47 and 65?
Okay, 40 and 6 is 100, 107 plus 5 is 112.
112, there we go.
Oh my god.
So you're 112,
Uh-huh.
I'm 112.
Uh-huh.
We're all 112 cosmic years old. Everyone was born before the year 2000.
Oh my god, yeah, that's true, it's 112. Do you think it's it's just a coincidence? I didn't make that
coincidence.
count.
I think everything is a sign, from the universe giving us, trying to help us to understand what's going on. So
Okay.
there's this. Okay, we're all 112 cosmic years old. So that's one thing that's a fact if we can work that out. For me personally, I've got this connection, so that's why I'm stepping up now and saying, okay, right, I've got to start talking to more people. I've got to start getting this message across that's in me, because my throat chakra is vibrating out here, and my crown chakra is totally open. So I've got the energy pouring into through my head. I have to start doing more public talking. I have to start doing more of my work. I have to start allowing the energy to flow through me so people can experience what it is to be touched and to feel the energy that's coming through me. And of course, there's many more of us out there. But also what I realised, and this is actually quite interesting, is that the date 21st of 11th, 2012 is actually a mere reflection of 12. If you take 2111, I mean, look, if we do that, I'll type it down here, 2111 2012 is a mirror of 21, it's a mirror of 2012. Also, if you understand about our energy and how we are around people, we are mirroring each other. So within you is me, and we are mirroring our energy, and so I'm trying to work out, okay, what's the real deep subconscious significance of this? But that'll come, that'll come over the next 2 months. But also understanding that there's the alignment of the planets, and that also reflected within ourselves. So when we become aligned with our mind, our spirit, our heart, our thoughts, our word, our actions, then the mirror is pure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pure, expression of what's within us.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that when we've got alignment within, the expression is pure love. That's going to be, projected out. The mirror to come, then the mirrors eventually around us it'll be like a vast, reflection of the pure love that's been expressed out from total alignment within. So I think we're going to go to be some really interesting times in the next couple of months. I think that when you do meet somebody, that the level of information that you're sharing is just intense. It's like you're trying to get like 20 years of information into one conversation, and it's like, and then you feel this amazing connection. You know what I mean? I mean, I've also like recently getting these really strong feelings of wanting to become a father, and it's I had it last year, but now it's like intense, and I really get this feeling that I want to be a father, or I want to really have a strong, lasting, bonding relationship, beautiful woman to take me to the next chapter area of my life. Yeah, totally. I mean, I was reading recently the fact that scientists are now discovering that the heart is more intelligent than our brain in our mind, and that most of the decision making goes through our heart first, our heart's intelligent brain, and then it goes up here. So you're starting to realise just how important connecting with the heart is. The heart people. There are all these people in the world who are logical, rational, and this is also something that I find interesting, because the rational, logical people are like, okay, we're in this reality. I've got to. I can't afford these bills. I can't afford that. Then they're stressing, and they're in this like this low vibrational state of like the reality of the moment, and they're stressing out, they're freaking. It's like, oh my god, and they're up here in the mind, and the heart people are the crazy ones out there who are vibrating on a higher level. We are visualizing a new shared reality. That people might say, oh, the dreamers, but we're visualizing the reality, and knowing that we are creators of our life, we are manifesting this reality into being. And that's the real gift that we have as human beings, and that's been the system and the programming has made us believe that we don't have this gift, we don't have this power. That's where when you connect to your heart, you connect to the love, you connect to the universe, you realize we have this incredible power. And through love, and we can shape and manifest a new reality. I know that I'm from another planet. People say to me, "Oh, where are you from?" Well, I can say I'm English and I'm from England and all this sort of stuff. But I know my heart that I'm from another planet. I know that my planet's called Mong, M-O-G, and it's when I research my feelings. I was here on the island in Ibiza, and I was like, wow, I really feel connected to this place, to this island. I feel there's something magical about it. I feel there's a lot of love flowing here. People are very heart people. And then I was here, and I thought, I was going for a walk one day in nature, and the Milky Way goes directly over Ibiza. So you look up, you see the Milky Way, and I was like, No, my home, and I was saying to people, my planet is at the end of the Milky Way,
Uh-huh.
and we were laughing about it. And then the next thing that came through to me is that that Mon is in the star constellation of Sirius, you know. And then one day I was just googling, and I googled and I found out that Sirius star constellation of Sirius is at the end of the Milky Way. And I was like, wow, this, you know, this is incredible. So I was just like, all these things come straight in, and I realized, yeah, I mean, I'm from a different planet. And in my planet, it's the planet where all good intentions come together.
Yes.
And I've been meeting more and more people, and they go, "Oh, yeah, you're from the planet. I'm from this planet." People know their planets, and it's just this is where I understand that within us is the universe, within us is the cosmos, because we are part of it. It's all one. It's all connected, and this is where here as well, telepathy. We really communicate on a telepathic level, and there's always different languages here on the island. But, we can understand each other really well.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful to be able to see this and to be able to experience it. And this is also things that I wish people to experience when they come to my home. Actually, we can do different sessions where you get to experience how telepathy works. For people that don't understand it, we can actually have sessions where you start to just work out how telepathy works. And it's amazing. We've had all these things, but we've been blinded to them.
Yeah. Do you believe? Sorry. Do you believe in reincarnation?
Yes. Yeah.
Me
I
too.
do.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I think that reincarnation for me is like, I also have a very strong connections to different people. Not from someone telling me and someone reading my cards or my hand and saying, okay, this is, you are the high priest of wherever, or you are King Richard, or you are blah, 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 whatever. For me, it's my feelings, it's the science that I read around me, it's looking at gifts and things that I've received, and then understanding that your energy resonates with certain things, and it's expressed in your reality around you. So yeah, I totally believe in reincarnation, but also I've found that it's important to understand who you are, to understand who your reincarnations are from your inner feeling, and then to live in reality.
Exactly, it's the
because
now.
don't get lost your past reincarnations. You're here now. You're now to do the soul.
So you also have your own magazines, right?
Yeah. That's right. It's funny. I'm dyslexic, and I spent 10 years working in communications. So I got over that thing in my mind. And then I started producing a magazine called Bonding Experience, and I basically wanted to put spirituality and free thinking and out of the box thinking into a cool lifestyle magazine with about 70 pages in it, and interviewing people that I see as like pioneers of our time. People who are at the forefront, saying, okay, humanity, get off your knees, this is the way to go forward, this is the way to get your divine sovereign power back. And along this, I interviewed people like Jack Fresco, from the Venus Project. I found him extremely inspiring, and he inspired me to start to step into this leadership role that I think I'd been putting off for quite a while, and leading my own life, and through leading my own life, going through many transformations and walking a path which very few would dare to walk, because you have to give up everything. You have to really make a sacrifice in your life, and the blessing feels like a burden certain times. But now 2012 feels like that burden is really starting to become a blessing. And I was just talking to someone earlier today about, I've done 10 issues now of Bonding Experience, and it's been read in 40 different countries around the world. There are now maybe about sort of 5,000 people reading the magazine. But actually what's happening now in 2012, the bonding experience was the bonding between your higher self and your grounded self, and the people that you meet, the wonderful, like with you and I, this wonderful bonding experience that we're having. We've never met, and you're in Mexico and I'm in Spain, It's now a country where the language is like the same. Maybe Spanish, even though we're on the opposite side of the world, But now what I'm realizing, I've got to start putting together the next issue that's coming through to me today. And it's bonding experience now. There's all around the world are these little groups of people awakening, and they're all starting to say, okay, we've got this gift, we've got this. We can express it through our music, through our dance, through our cooking, through our making a family, through our all these things. And now it's time for us to stand up, standing up. Don't be worried about what other people may think. Don't be worried about other people. We are here to show the way. We are the way showers. It's time now for us to stand up. And even it also might be you feel your children can no longer be in the system, being taught by the system that's just like corrupting their minds, ill, whatever. Okay. So enough people who want to teach children who are unemployed, form a little group. Take your children outside of the schooling system, form a group, a few people, start teaching the children yourself. Do exchange systems where, for them teaching your children, you can offer something else. This is the way forward. Just little groups, working on an exchange way, teaching the children. The children now start seeing children. They're coming with all this information, and they can teach us how for humanity to go forward. So it's a two process. Our children are here to teach us, and we can guide them. You want to create your future. You're engaged. You're like, do you know what? I don't want to just sit back and someone else tell me what to do. It's like I'm living this adventure. I'm part of the adventure. I don't have to watch the movies anymore to think, oh gosh, I wish I was Robin Hood, or I wish I was Peter Pan, or I wish I was I wish I was Aragon, from Return of the King or something. Do you know what I mean? I am living it. You are living it.
We decide what we want to do.
I think that also one of the things I want to say about the system is that the system has been created in such a way that it tricks you to think there is no system. And the system is being programmed into every single human being on the planet. That's how wonderful they've created it. So to break free of the system is to walk the inner path to freedom. So we have to go within ourselves and understand that even like in a relationship, things like jealousy and
possession,
limitations and all these things. That's part of the system. So like if you're with somebody, a partner, and they don't like you talking to another woman or something, or that's part of the system. It's part of the fear, the lack, from that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because they get all those ideas even in soap operas, how to act. This is so crazy. I'm an actor by myself, and I was working in many soap operas and commercials, and I know how they do that, and this is so wrong because the most people when they come home to work, I mean, when I have worked a lot, I want to go home and have fun. But what they are doing is
Yeah.
turning on the TV and see dramas and see someone is betraying or cheating someone, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
And I mean, they not even get inner peace at home after a
No,
hard day
no,
of
yeah.
work. This is so sad, you know. I mean, yeah, you should. The
Yeah, and this is
people,
also one of the things I'm saying. You know, I'm saying, please, people, turn off that television, throw it out, get it out. You know,
yeah,
because it's like a television. All it does is it creates emotional turmoil. It just feeds this negative, insecure
yes,
crap in, within you. You know,
yeah, yeah.
and and I
Crap,
covered
shit.
television years
Yes,
ago,
it's
and
this. Yes, man. Uh, yes.
and I know other people that did it as well, and now I've been able. It helps the healing process, especially the news. I mean, the news is awful. It's just like it puts focus on one part of the world and says how terrible it is. People go, oh my god, that's terrible. Then it puts focus on somewhere else. It forgets the shit that's happening in the world. It puts the focus on somebody else, and then we go, oh my god. And we all sit there and we all let this emotional roller coaster go through us. A guy called Michael Abspool. He's a television director and a presenter of a Dutch television show called Man Bites Dog, and it's all about good news, positive news. There was one guy, had a hip replacement, and he couldn't stop laughing. He was he was on such good vibe. He was laughing the whole time about having his major surgery, having his leg removed and put a hip in. But he found it's just like in an extremely joyous state, wonderful things like this, that's the power of love, for me, my God, it was such a blessing to paint a guy that is out there doing such wonderful things, in the media,
Uh-huh.
I mean, I even here, I was here, and I live in a forest.
Uh-huh.
A couple of nights ago, there was such a thunderstorm that the rain poured down and it completely destroyed my tent. And I was like in 5 centimeters, like thinking, okay, just focus. The sun will be here tomorrow. It'll all be okay. It's all washing away. It'll be fine. The next day, I bumped into the owner of the campsite, the local campsite, camping in Playa, in Ghana. He saw me and he said, "Oh, Richart, do you need a waterproof tent?" I was like, "Yes, I really do." So he gave me a waterproof tent. After sleeping in this tent, I didn't want to get out of the tent. I was like, "Oh, I know, yeah, I've got a cool hands, but I'm enjoying this so much."
Oh my God, that's so wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of paint are you using? Is it
Yeah.
yeah? Explain.
Yeah. Basically, I use it's called Permaset Aqua. So the paint is it's an acrylic paint, but it's 100% solvent free. So it's really good for the environment. And it's fabric paint. So when I paint beautiful piece of artwork, onto your clothing or onto your body, you then afterwards you iron it on the inside for a few minutes. Then it seals, and then you have a hand-washable piece of art that is a reflection of yourself. It's absolute priceless, and so I say to people, "Well, just take care of it, like you take care of yourself. You're going to have this like expression." And it's also nice because I think I understand what people have been saying to me is that what I'm doing with my art, because I'm the only person in the world that does this. So one of the things is to understand with what I do is that one crown shake's open, so the energy is flowing through me and it's flowing through my hands, and I paint with my hands. So okay, you see a beautiful painting, but when you have the feeling, it's like you're uplifted and energized, and you experience what it's like to be an angel on earth, because your wings expand. So it's like you fly within, you know. So you get a true understanding of what it's like to walk on water.
Mm-hmm. Ah, that's wonderful.
And
Uh-huh.
part of it is because it's all intuitive. When I paint, I'm tapping,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently the tapping is called matrix reconnection.
Uh-huh.
So when I'm painting, the energy tapping certain points in your body. It's all intuitive, and it's like my fingers are like needles of light.
Mm-hmm.
So and these are going into the body, and it's healing, and it's reconnecting something up in your mind here, and it's connecting you to your higher self.
Oh.
So
Mm-hmm.
the whole experience is is uh, is it's working on a very, very deep subconscious level where you go into hypnotic trance,
Mm-hmm.
and when you're deep in this hypnotic trance and you're open, then I paint the energy. So um, yeah, people can copy the, the style of painting, but the experience, the feeling, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's always going to be totally unique.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
actually,
I would like to do the
next
same.
year,
Yeah.
yeah, well, hopefully one year I'm going to paint you, because
Painting in
I'm
Mexico.
starting out.
Uh-huh.
I'm now working on levels where I'm inviting people all over the world. If
Mm-hmm.
people would like me to come to your country to have this amazing experience, to be
Yeah,
uplifted and
come
feel what it's
on.
like
Yeah.
to be connected,
Yeah.
yeah, then just get a group of people together.
Uh-huh.
All I'm asking is that you pay for my flight, give me some accommodation and some food, and I'm there. And I'll come to any country in the world, and I'll give this experience, you know.
Yeah.
And that's part of my role now, is come to people all over the world, you know. And a flight is much for the experience that you're going to have,
Uh-huh.
you know, by being touched by art, you know.
Yeah. Touch
I
my
mean,
art. That
next year
sounds.
also, I'm oh yeah. I mean,
Uh-huh.
so share that with your. I mean, I'm now being asked by different festivals and events to come to the festivals and be at the festival, and
Yeah.
I'll be up on stage, and I'll be encouraging people to come out of the audience and come up onto the stage,
Uh-huh.
and I'll give you this experience in front of thousands of people, you know.
Yeah.
So the next 10 years, the decade that made the difference, I'm going to be out there at the forefront,
Uh-huh.
traveling all over the world. My base will be here in Ibiza. I'm going to come to Mexico. I'm going to paint you.
Yeah, paint me, man.
At, yeah,
That would be wonderful.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, this
So
is
just
so.
get
Uh-huh.
people together. I mean, like,
Uh-huh.
when you got 100 people and you share that's cost is nothing. It's really nothing. And the food is there in the country. The accommodation, just I can come and stay on the.
Yeah.
I've got a sleeping bag. I can sleep on the floor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's really the easiest thing, and it's just like, yeah, we club together and across the paints or something, you know. And people, you bring your old clothes or something, paint onto them, you know. It's
Uh-huh.
so simple, but it's like we have to support each other. You know, I'll give my energy,
Uh-huh.
and if you can support it with exchange or finance, it's just like, come on, let's
Yeah.
shove on the road, let's get going.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah.
know?
That's so great. You call that happiness and healing home, right? Something like this,
Yes,
right?
yeah. Happiness and healing homes. So basically, the idea is that this is my well, it's not my home, it's our home, because everybody is helping to support this, this manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'm also saying happiness and healing because they go together. It's not like you want to be healed. Okay, let's
Mm-hmm.
put some hands on healing, give us good energy. Now you're healed. No, it's there's a fun process to it.
Mm-hmm.
So we can transfer the energy, or you can have also different people. I invite people doing different sort of massages and different things into the home, so you can experience what it's like to have this energy flowing through you.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can also experience what the joyful side of it. Actually, eating healthy food, or sharing a glass of wine together. And just having a nice experience together. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the healing and the happiness. Living from fruit and vegetables that's grown in the garden, understanding what it's like to have a home that's energized by the solar energy, and we're off the grid.
Mm-hmm.
That solar energy will also, charge up the electric cars. We are self-supporting. We are self-sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
Come to our home, experience what it's like, and
Mm-hmm.
working on an exchange level, because you have helped to fund the home. Maybe this is something else that comes into my mind. You can pay you can give money for an air flight, and in exchange, you can spend a week living in this home in Ibiza.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
and I will go to Mexico and paint the people and touch the people with art and give them the experience.
Yeah.
Is this home is it's our home for the people that have invested money into it. And I think that's something that another perk that I'm going to put up on the site later today.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Is an exchange on that level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I was talking to a Dutch couple here the other day. They were talking about there's an event in Holland where you have a party and everyone's naked painting each other. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and, and the thing is, it's a lot of fun because I mean, you can be wearing like a bikini or whatever, blah blah blah. But the
Uh-huh.
thing is that touch is so important, and touching with love and with good intentions
Uh-huh.
is it just immediately
Mm-hmm.
raises your level, your frequency. It lets the love flow. It's fun. It's connecting with the inner child. It's brilliant, and
Yeah, it's
I
brilliant.
mean,
That's right.
if you can,
Yeah.
like, just it's simple. Go to different cities around the world. People, just wear shorts or a bikini and let's paint. Let's paint each other.
Uh-huh.
Let's
Yeah,
have
yeah,
fun. Let's
yeah.
just like break down the barriers. Let's see the energy.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's really,
Yeah.
it's uplifting immediately. You
Uh-huh.
know. I'm more than ready now to go out to the world,
Mm-hmm.
to color the world, color the people of the world. It's like we've been living through black and
Yeah,
everything for so
gray.
long now, for millennium. And now it's time to paint, to let the colors flow, to let the people see the energy of the people within.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking you, uh, uh, and I'm thanking you for your support, helping, enabling me to go and reach many more people, to touch them with art, and to raise the level of consciousness around the planet, simply touching people with art.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean,
And mm,
I think Hans, because I think what you're doing, and you're my brother, and it's wonderful to be able to connect like this. And I think it'd be nice if we did this every Sunday.
yeah, yeah,
So we
I'm
have this
ready.
we have this call,
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean,
and yeah, we
uh-huh.
just try and get, if it's just one person at a time. We get people engaged. We just keep the momentum going,
Uh-huh.
and 2013. No, I'm visualizing. I'm going to be in Mexico. You're going to come here to Ibiza. We're gonna start coloring the world.
Yeah, that's
And
wonderful. Yeah.
this is a co-created project. Let's make it happen. So if we can work under this concept of color your life,
Exactly. That's great. Uh-huh.
the heart world,
Uh-huh. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah.
something with this, and yeah, and I don't know. Also, it's like, I think that coloring your life, it's also about being limitless,
Mm-hmm.
and also not trying to hit yourself over the head saying, oh my God, I had a cigarette and I shouldn't smoke a cigarette, or I had, a glass of beer and I shouldn't, we're supposed to be going to a fifth dimension and we're supposed to be purer than pure and all this. Do you know what I mean? It's when you love yourself, you raise your frequency, and on a level with the love flowing, even if you have the occasional cigarette, you have the occasional beer, or you have the different things, it's okay, because that's totally it. And I think this is when we understand freedom. Freedom is that I feel free that I can do whatever I want, and I don't want anyone telling me what I should be doing or what I shouldn't be doing. It's like I don't want someone saying to me, "Oh, you should be, eating healthy food because healthy food makes us." Blah, blah, blah. If I want to eat healthy food, I will eat healthy food. If I and this is certainly at this stage in our evolution is where we have to just break free and do exactly what we want.
Exactly.
Then I think as we move further and further down the line, we become more and more educated on the different things of what is optimal for our bodies, what's optimal for humanity. I think definitely at the moment we really need to feel I'm free. I can wear these clothes if I want. I can do that. I can paint my nails. Now then I paint my nails. People are like, oh God, but it's fun. It's fun. It's ridiculous. It's just like I don't care. I don't care what you think. I can be me.
Yeah, and I agree. We have to do more shows like this, that people also know what is happening. Now this video, they can share it, but we have to continue. Maybe in another future videos, maybe you even can put the camera that people actually see how you paint the people. That would be maybe a nice idea.
Yeah, I think this is a beautiful idea that you mentioned here now, because maybe this will help for people to understand. If they can see, like on a webcam or whatever, they can see it live.
Yeah, we have to use the technology for that.
Yeah, and then I'm saying, okay, right, if you want this experience, boom, 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 this is what you have to do, and I will come to you. So maybe you have to come with a solution of how to keep things moving and momentum. Because I was also thinking once a week is not enough. We need to be connecting almost like daily.
Yeah.
Or certainly 3 or 4 times in a week we need to have this connection, because it's like my energy is lovely, feeling great. Yeah, totally. And that's the whole thing of the organic creation. So like the organic creation, like with the Healing and Happiness Home, it starts with making things in the back garden. And doing all these vegetables and everything else, and then we put that on the plate and serve it to the people, and then they come with an idea saying, okay, you can actually exchange the whole home, for another experience, and then to saying, the organic creation is just like surrendering and letting love flow, and not like, okay, we've got to get this done now, got to do this, got to do blah, 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 blah. No, it's just like nature is handling everything perfectly. We just have to sit back. Well, not even sit back, because even when I think, okay, right now I've got to go into action and I've got to go and do things, I'm part of nature. I'm part of the process.
Yes.
So it's just like, as long as I know by my intuition that I'm not forcing, then it's okay. My intuition is my central navigation system, and that when I tune into that, I learn how it works, then I know whether I'm on track or off track, whether I'm in the flow, when I'm out the flow, when I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or whether I'm just people off.
Yeah.
But so one of the things that I also find that now is like, this is also what I love about your idea about filming this live stream when I'm painting, because it's like people need this. It's now. I've made a film and then, or I do events. People take photographs, and I'm waiting days and days for photographs to be edited and reworked and stuff. And then, I mean, the thing that I've been learning, I've been training myself all along this process, and this is why I feel that it's going, that I'm on track, is that I'm consciously aware of the ego. So okay, I have the ego to give me an identity in this, or all this energy into this body. That's part of my ego. My ego also helped me to stand up and be in front of many other people and to do what I'm doing. But also, but when my ego becomes like, this is me and this is me, that's when I have to stop. That's when I have to say, okay, look, no, that part, let that go. Then I have to surrender. Because it's not me. This is a co-creative. We're supporting. We're all helping each other. You know, and that's when the feminine energies come in to balance everything else. You know? So for me, very much is as I become successful in what I'm doing, we all become successful.
Yeah.
We're all here to help each other. You know?
Exactly.
It's like, you know, and it's like, you know, you be the director of the online television show. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm the front end standing up doing this, no? But you'll be elevated to become the grand director that's managing all the online, you know, communications. The funny thing was, yesterday I painted a guy called Dan, and I painted him out here outside the Girona. And as I was painting him, I was like talking to him about, you know, the lights within him. And we were standing just as the sun was setting. And every time I spoke about the light, the sun like really more light, and it was like boom, it was really powerful. So I was the oneness, the connection was incredible, and it ended up being this most beautiful sunset I haven't seen in ages. It looked like a painting from Renoir or something. It was just divine. It was heavenly, you know. And then at the end of it, you know, I said, "Oh, so you know, where are you off to?" And he said, "Well, after being here, he's going to go to Mexico." And immediately I thought of you. I was like, "Oh, you know, you're going to go." So I'd love to go to Mexico. Love to go there and paint up and meet my brother, and you know. So the connection is already happening. Okay, then. Well, I have to go and have some lunch.
Okay. Yeah. Me too. Me too. It's still morning here. So I will upload this immediately.
Wake up.
Yeah, that was a great wake up call here. Okay, so keep on doing what you're doing.
And yeah, thank you very, very much. And let's keep the connection going. Let's keep painting the color. Let's keep shining our lights.
Exactly.
Keep the love.
Keep loving and painting and be positive and keep alive. Being alive, this is what we have to do. Okay, I don't steal much more your time. Have a great day. Paint a lot, man, and see you soon again. Maybe next Sunday we are doing the next one. Okay. Peace, my friend. See you.
Bye.
Bye.